Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right in my living room, doing what I do in the wee hours of the morning for you. This morning, writing 25 Rules to Live By, fresh new book. Storytelling, story with a message in the story for life. I'm giving you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. You know what we're doing here. Let's go. Right thinkers' mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Remember, God is a spirit. Right think is way of life, and it is a way of life through what? Mental and spiritual discipline when daily. That will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. That's what I'm on. Right thinkers, get with the movement because this is the question that you want the answer to. Know thyself. I want you to have the answer to this. This is what I teach you to do just that. Know thyself. Excuse me. All right. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. A lot of them disregard them.
What Viktor Frankl once said.
A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach you. Tune in. That's why I do what I do. It's for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. Knowledge of self is what wakes us up to ourselves. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. I think know thyself. And to my out be true. I will get you to that phase where you can know yourself. All you gotta do is follow along, pay attention, and do your job. I do mine, you do yours. You'll get where you want to be. Okay, let's go. Today, rightism, 25 Rules to Live By. Right thinkers, let's talk about my spiritual growth over my ego self. Yeah, that was a job, and I'm still working on it because it ain't easy. And when you think you have it mastered, don't think no. Why? Because you're going to be tested day by day. I am. So I'm still working on me, trying to pass my test on a daily basis. I just passed one. I feel good about it. Let me tell you about it. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I have an ego like everyone else. Trust me. You think this ain't ego driven? I just keep mine under control. I have gained control over my ego. That's the spiritual discipline that I employ that keeps my ego in check. That's what I'm trying to teach you how to do. We a lot of times don't even know that our inner enemy is ourself. We think it's some entity that we call the devil. We think it's somebody we create in my mind. No, it's you. Get over it. Understand it and take care of the problem. That's self improvement. Let me explain it to you. Hopefully, you get better at the lesson going. I'll get it across to you. Let's go. I don't allow anyone a free pass to disrespect me or do things against what I don't believe, what I believe to be right or wrong. That's my ego. The ego said, I ain't no punk. From the projects to the hood to prison, I ain't no punk. So the ego has always been there. He ain't going nowhere. I like to fight. Don't have a problem with that. That's the ego. He don't care. I had to control him. Trust me. That's my personal. That's a personal fight I have within myself. All right. But now over the years, I'm better at holding my ego, aka my emotions, in check. But I don't like to be tested on a day-to-day basis. It's nerve-wracking to keep having to not raise up. I like to raise up like the snake. When he gets excited, he raise up. Like a dog. Anybody, when they get threatened, they raise up. That's just how I am. I'm not changing that. I will talk to my pastor about that. I'm getting better at not raising up. But I'm going to raise. So I am. I understand that. And if you don't, you'll find out. All right, here you go. I talk, I walk, I act respectfully to all for a reason. It's not easy being nice when people ain't being nice. It ain't easy being respectful when people ain't being respectful. But I'm getting better at that. That's what I mean by bettering myself. I'm still growing. I'm growing in tolerance spiritually, egotistically. I understand ignorance. I just don't like to be forced, have it forced on me by those people. If you're intellectually or qualified, I would take advice. I would listen. But if you're ignorant and out of control, don't bring it to me because I'm gonna raise up. You get the first pass. You got that one. Next time I'm going to raise up. See, I'm raising right now. Here you go with the thought that when I get that, when you conquer the inner self, that's the enemy. There is no outer self or enemy from the outside. The enemy is within. Most ignorant people who follow religion think there's an enemy out here. No, the enemy is within. That's where you fall short of having knowledge of understanding of something you don't know, what you think you do, or you believe you know. I teach you how to gain knowledge, not emotional concepts and foolishness, and control over your ego, which is set. We have a name for him, we have a title for him, we have an identity for him. We know all about him. Our modern generations, our religious followers, don't know about him. I'm just introducing you to him so you can get a better understanding. That's all. Because obvious to me, you don't know him. And obviously, you don't know yourself. That's the telltale sign. If you think the enemy is out here, like thinking God is out here, you're dumb. You're spiritually ignorant because you don't know, but you believe you do. That's why you continue on in preparation, perpetrating the same concept that didn't work 2,000 years ago, still don't work, but knock yourself out. Just don't bring it to me. I don't have an enemy in the world. The real enemy is inside me, my ego, myself, that I identify with. I keep teaching that. That's why I teach how to conquer, not destroy, kill, but conquer, get in control, put it under control. When your emotions are running you, you're not under control. When your ego is running you, you're not under control. When you're under God's guidance and you God conscious, you're under control. Like, wow. I can get religious, ignorant. I can wild out too. And just ask God to forgive me and all is well. I don't operate on that premise. So no, I don't try that. I'm not going to implement it. Here you go. I teach you about you so that you can know yourself and God, not just have belief in concepts that don't really work that you try to give people because you think no. If you believe you know yourself and you don't, you're dangerous. And if you are in control and have power, you are going to mess things and people's lives up. That's why I said people who believe they know and don't know are dangerous, not just to themselves, but to others. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, they're in a power position, people following and listening to them, so they're going to give bad, wrong information. That's why. And you do. Spiritual people are different than religious people. Why? Spiritual people are respectful to each other at all times. When you have respect for somebody, there's certain things you just don't say or do out of respect. Because when you got people who respect you, you expect them to treat you and be a certain way. You have to be the same way. In order to get respect, you should be given respect. A lot of people in a position of title think they just got respect because they got the title. Yeah, but guess what? You can lose that respect by your actions and your attitude and your nonsense. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody except you. I respect my church family spiritually. I also respect my tier 1 family spiritually and all my spiritual dealings, brothers and sisters. I call them my brothers and sisters in spirit, not in Christ. I do spirit. That's God. Okay? Understand that. If you don't give me respect, to me, you don't give respect to me, and expect me to respect you, that will never happen. That's not going to happen for you and anybody else. Respect is given before it's received. You reap what you sow. You got to put in to get out. If you have a nasty disposition and you're in control, all you're going to do is employ your nasty disposition with people. They're not going to like you because of your position. They're going to respect and do things for you because of your title. But as a person, good people, they're not good people. They claim to be this, they claim to be that, but their actions show otherwise. I'm an action seer. I ain't big on hearing a bunch of words that means nothing. When you have power, again, in the title, and you don't do right, it will take, the power will be taken away from you. If not by a higher authority who you have to answer to for your nonsense, or least of all, the higher, you always got to answer to him. Understand that if you claim to be. So, misuse of power means you're spiritually corrupt. Most religious people are spiritually corrupt. Why? Because they hide behind spirituality, but they're really religious. Religion is corrupt. It's a corrupt system. It's a belief system built on what somebody else said, not what you know. Do your own homework and find out for yourself. When your ego controls you, unbeknownst to you, meaning you don't know yourself, your actions that you do are not spiritual or godly. It's ego-driven, self-driven. You want everybody to respect and admire you, but you ain't doing the things that you need to do to earn that. You earn all the accolades that you receive from people, not because your title or your position. I'm just saying. Here you go. Let's go. I'm moving on now. I'm growing spiritually daily. Yeah, I'm growing. That's right thinking for real. I don't just teach it. I live it. I don't perpetrate it. I live it. It ain't put on. It ain't for a show. If you're spending a lot of time alone with yourself, your higher self, that's you having a spiritual moment. A lot of people by themselves, they figure, oh, I need something to do. All right, I'm talk to your God. That's what I do. My downtime, I spend it wisely within myself, for myself. Yeah, I do a lot of reading, a lot of studying, but that's also for me to obtain knowledge. But my spiritual concept comes from within. Okay, I have my ego under control for sure. Why? Because I didn't raise up when I wanted to, and I could have. And most people think I should have. But that's where the spiritual growth comes in at. So, and guess what? I'm still growing. So next time I may not raise up. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, I'm going to raise up. Now, here we go. I think first. That's spiritual discipline. If I go on my action, if I go on what I feel, it go ways wrong. It go way wrong. Go way left. And I have no control. Once I get emotionally involved, I lose control. Once I stay focused and keep my passion and my emotion out of it, I can deal with it in a better way. And I'm doing that. That's spiritual growth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm proving to myself and maybe to others that I get better every day. I'm not going to do today what I didn't do yesterday or should have done yesterday. Why? I'm going to do just what I need to do. And I feel better when I do that. So that's what my growth is all about for me personally. And I share that with my pastor. Okay. I like it when I'm told, I'm proud of you. You handled that right. You did, yeah, thank you. It's a good feeling. I'm gonna leave that one there. Last one, I appreciate you tuning it. Whoa, I'm beating this one up. Sorry about that. Getting something off my chest. Personal. You have to know your ego to defeat it, aka set. If you don't know or aware of your ego, how can you deal with it? Let's go. If you think your enemy is outside of you, you're not a right thinker. I know that already. The enemy is in your mind and in your ignorance of knowledge of spiritual self. There's the enemy within. He ain't out there. If you're religious and you believe in the devil concept, but you don't know where he is, how you gonna deal with him? I don't get that concept. I'm moving on. Okay, that's a religious thing. I don't do the religion, so I don't got time for that. I teach spiritual truths, not religious dogma. No disrespect. I just know no devil. No, it ain't a devil. No. It's your ego self that we already identify with and way past that. Knowing thyself, you would know your ego self. Obviously, you don't. Last one. My ego does whatever I allow it to do. It don't run nothing. I run it. It works for me. And guess what? It's loyal as can be. Can you say that about your ego? If you know you even have one, check yourself. Thank you. Next lesson coming up.